So, Chris, where do you invest, and what do you invest in?
So great question. I have been just very, very focused since we got started in 2005. We are 100% single family homes. I will caveat that with I do have a note on a small multifamily, like a duplex, that we finance to another investor. But what we own and keep ourselves are all single family homes, all within 30 minutes of where we live. They are all long-term rentals, and so that is our focus is long-term single family house rentals. And we have been just so blessed by that intentionality to stick in that one lane that we just kind of that's what we gravitated to with the people that we listen to, the educators that we listen to, all of them who branched out into other areas, hotels and storage units and apartment complexes and commercial spaces. Not that any of those things were bad. All of the people that we listened to, and that's not to say that those were the only people that we could have listened to, but all the people that we listened to and gravitated toward eventually always came back to the single family house as one of the most stable, profitable, and beneficial long-term investments. And so trying to get out of my early adolescent ignorance and have to figure everything out on my own. I actually did gain some wisdom in my 20s and started listening to people who had been through and made mistakes and started saying, well, I don't want to have to make those same mistakes, so I'm going to stick with what they say for now, and let's just see how it works. And so that led us to just sticking only in single family houses and becoming real experts in acquiring, fixing, managing, and in some cases we sell, but really in what we've cracked the nut in is managing the single family house business at scale.
Mhm.
And we did that just because that was what our mentors told us to do. They said, stick with single family houses. If you want to branch out after that, fine, but figure that out first. Now, again, not to say that's the only thing to do, but that's just where we zoned in. That's where our intentionality was to be successful in the single family house space. So
And so you narrowed down your buy box right out of the gate. You had an idea, a clear idea of what your portfolio might look like, and you eliminated shiny object syndrome, the hey, look, a squirrel. You eliminated that right out the gate, and that's so important to do. There's
yeah,
so many people. I'm in quite a few different digital masterminds out there where some of them have several 100,000 folks in them, and they're like lost dogs in a park, and just, oh, should I wholesale? Oh, should I syndicate? Should I go buy singles? Should I buy condos? Should I do short term, mid term, long term? And the advice that's given out there is sometimes it makes me wary, because they're like, well, which one makes the most money? Or which one can you do the easiest? Or, there's all the sexy buzzwords in real estate investing, which is easy and a lot of money. And
yeah,
those two things rarely come to fruition at the same time, or even in a quick time.
yeah.
It is a slow game, and it takes a lot of persistence.
I'm glad you said it that way, that it's a slow game. And and a couple of questions that you mentioned there that those people are asking, like, and I think fundamentally those are the wrong questions. How do I
Mhm.
make the most money? Well, that's not really the right question. What's easy? Well, I don't think that's far from the right question. I think there's better questions to ask, and we can get into some of
Yes.
that later. But